Incoming!
Area. Beginning security patrol.
Everyone all right?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation said it's not the best choice. Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice mechanics are in compliance with Spacer's choice policy. Affirmative. Mechanic.
Just leave me alone.
Austin 0644.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Wow! Great work!
Patrol mode. Shh. terminal damage. Sanitation and cleanup required. Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt.
Wish I could do that.
Unexpected performing and...
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back... Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order. You did the brightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the... We had a store of medicine locked away. But Reed refused to treat him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery. As long as Reed is still in Ed...
Where are we headed?
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati, you're...
Are you,
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like...
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along...
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming... Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could...
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Searching for pineapple.
No, just leave me alone. No, just leave me alone. No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first... See, Higgins? This is... Of course. Do excuse me. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the... I've come a long way for someone who started off as a I specialized in automechanicals, Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanical... You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security Chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular... Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of... Braised. Boiled. Charred. Mechanicals lost their bolt.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old...
Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson... If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it, then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Here they come!
What?
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the... 2 whole data pads? Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring? That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's... aside from you, Ms. Parvat.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a... I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about work. You know something? I think you're right. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. You know where to find me.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old job. Sure, suit your...
Look at that. The snake's come back.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Sorry. I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to... You okay with this, Grace?
My affairs are all settled. Thanks for helping me with Zoe.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes. If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
Look at that. Good for them. I'm glad. Back to the old cannery with Grace and Thomas and Stefan. I expected it'd end like this. I expect you've done enough for the Vale. It is too late, and I'm tired of talking.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? That's good enough for me. Adelaide and I have a history. Was unlikely she'd ever come back. We are in your debt. I am authorizing you for a discount on all official Spacer's Choice products, courtesy of the people of Edgewater. By all means. Thomas Kemp? I remember him. Had to write him up for daydreaming a few too many times.
He tries real hard, Mr. Thompson. This is something he wants to do. That'll make him twice as good.
You may be right. And with the town set to grow, it is time I invested in a new mechanic. I do. Grace Romero, wasn't it? Brusque, truculent, never seemed to care much for cannery work. Protecting a camp from marauders is no small task. I'll see to fitting her out in a guard's uniform. This whole fiasco is not one I am keen on repeating. I was too hard on my own workers. I pushed them to their breaking point. With more hands at the cannery, I expect productivity will rise. I expect we'll grow. And I expect I can ask corporate to send us some more medicine.
Where are we headed? My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. Oh, clever. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it, okay. If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something. You like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. If you need to go, I'll wait outside. I don't like coming out here. People on the streets stare.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
I know how you feel.
Town's been humming with power. Somebody must have been down in the old plant. Coming right up.
Cannery's been running at full capacity all day.
It's not the best choice. Music to...
What do you think you're doing? Do what you want, I guess. What can I do for you? Something's not right. Open fire and stay down, miscreant! Take him down! Waste of company ammo! Get him! Fine bonus! What? Something's not right. No prisoners! Waste of company ammo! That's odd. Better take a look. Put him down!
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition. That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure... I envied that. I wanted that peace. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. The plan is not one rigid path. There are some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the... It's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it's snapped. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of... I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? A commendable attitude. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony... That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply... What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I could spend hours. So, tell... Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost every... But most of the philosophist the story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty.
Yeah, huh?
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit? We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a bet. Excellent, Halcyon. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric... only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Best used in moderation. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets.
Transmission ended. We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. Welcome back, Cap. How can I be? Take someone to watch your back, please.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near... Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, mostly he did the same as me. Kept bet. Oh. That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's the Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Your user preferences have been updated, Captain. In the event we are about to crash into an...
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic.
Speech recognition is one of the many skills.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it!
I am gratified you consider... I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to... Something busted, Captain?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor. Aha! I see you front my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence feeding them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime. Pigs make excellent test subjects, also surprisingly nutritious. That's my communications terminal. Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the root. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got a caffeine. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. Balderdash, you hadn't yet recovered your faculties of speech. What was I to do? Still, I admit Nonsense. There's no such thing as luck. Only well-calculated margins of error. Yes, well, you're stuck here with the rest of us. How we can wallow in our collective misery. I don't know about you, but of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite... Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here. No, and I've been...
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret carefully concealed laboratory. Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist after... That's odd. I'm at least 65% certain my tone was sufficient. What's up? Oh, goodness. Well, no, I enjoyed the occasional aether wave. To answer your question, Because we've lost our way, the board has a The Hope is full of specialists, scientists. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades. Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. But the conventional theories are wrong. We'll do our very best. I'd best get back to... I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating. They might tempt you with What's on your mind? Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. Your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, in case you were prone to vomiting.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Let's talk when you're free. Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
I'll lock up behind you.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This hack would... just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot. I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move along.
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly. If I had to take a guess as to why, you take the starch out of them, well... Oh, and if you're headed that way, Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic and the 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, most of those jobs are going to... Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not, Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's...
If you're thinking to make a career here, full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a... They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lily. Are you pulling my leg? You got a funny sense of humor, friend. Can't say how much get. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers... A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holding. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ship... Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, I guess that was the start of our independence. Glad to help. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Not that he would, being a board man. Really likes his cereals, too.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals.
Udom takes it to... The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure... Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't... Be seeing.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting. Allegations include several... Swerving in the air was more like it. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum. Kicked one right in the kneecap while he poked the other in the eyes. But if our resources clear up and we catch him before some contractor does. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. Or his lucky lighter. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though.
Hey.
Is any of the news they play here actually true?
Impressive, as always. There it is. Now that we have the data card... Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook. I should have guessed. What better place? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but... Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
With caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KY.
Ooh, can we run?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. Sorry. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left.
I don't have time for this.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Cool. Oh, and it's not the best. Lot of slogan. Heard of it? My orientation aether wave.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a spacious choice, Spear. Take what you have, polish it up, and... So, what can I get you? I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiry. You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why anyone can be... Have a look.
Regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind...
Seeking relief from the heat? I hear tell some folk down... Nothing you need and...
You know that sound when you've snapped on it? I got a full line of...
Hello? Someone there? Help! I'm locked in here! Can you get me out? Is anyone there? I can hear footsteps! Don't just leave me here!
Nice.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief? You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells. Thanks again, friend. What usually happens on this well, actually 2 things broke. First, the damn toilet. Time stood still. Ah, shit. That means I've
Incoming!
Nice one,
Halcyon News. Conduct a regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your...
I'll be just a moment.
What are you doing after work?
Wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? That's clever.
Incoming.
Okay, Captain.
You're a deft hand.
Hey, how'd you get back there?
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay? I'm not going anywhere. You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed. Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. Real piece of work.
What seems to be the problem? If only my other patients had... The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei. We don't have the ability. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos. Take care.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back! I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorists. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board. Artie greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all.
You look like someone who's taking their share of cut. We also have a line.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen? Fresh from the grinder.
Sublight Salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you... So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters... We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. Only the board has access to new... None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. The board isn't helping and my resources are spread. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fatal and unstoppable.
I don't know, Mr. Vicar. That seems tough.
C&D worst. It's not the worst unless it's worst.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious...
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires... What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No, I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't... Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie...
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following. Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
Following story.
I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Soon, but a scan.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what... Oh, Alex. He was my dearest friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Right. You're going important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well... Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but... I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem...
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt. and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my...
Law, but it's... Chief Tennyson is supposed deplorable conduct.
She's doing everything she can. It's your... But hey... I just don't like this walk-in mustache speaking rude of her is all.
Well, now... Ask away.
You mind if I ask you a question? Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope? Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm reckon we'll have to figure it out together. Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. What? No. Maybe? You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working? I reckon there's worse places. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to... It's just... She's...
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. What's occup...
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with...
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Got word from Udam, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie.
Something I can... Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Take care.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your...
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning?
Speaking for myself, Captain,
You came with the crew. Welcome. Woo, look at the courage on this one. Lay it on me, boss. Listen to the fire. Alive or dead.
Here they come!
Somebody loot their bodies.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Look at this, right? Time to feed.
Is this what carbon...
You came with the... Listen to the fire.
Incoming!
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Not another step in that direction, friend. Time to feed?
Is this...
You can't...
Getting
Come.
Gotta get down! What was that? Man, fucker! Get him! What was that?
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Would cut them off.
Heard something.
Here they come!
Take them down!
That's the last of them!
Backside still smarts. Did everyone get branded? I guess I'm honored.
You won't get any mercy from me. Nice one, Captain!
There's no such thing as pizza. It's all over pasta.
I'm ready for this.
One down.
What was that?
Put him in the dirt!
gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
Something going on over there.
Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. That's too bad. I mean, he was a scare. I'll get back to my post.
You're fast.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight man-to-pillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear.
question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
The controls are in the back of the machinery.
All together!
Great hit!
tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Nine officers does their first report so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Speak fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Here they come!
Unexpected. Nearby
Everyone all right?
Oh, good. A fight.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
Where the hell have you been, Private? You've missed 3 shifts without notice.
I was fixing that toilet you sent me to repair. The one above the Lost Hope?
That was days ago.
The fucking door. It locked behind me. And it wasn't until this freighter captain found me that I...
You're lucky the Chief would have my ass if I spaced you. Now get back to work, Private.
Right away, sir. Suppose it's time to reevaluate my career goals.
Temps are lowering across the station. Anyone outside?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't know. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool... I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get... I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. You look out, though.
Hello. Junlei called... Now is there... a better selection than you'll find on the promenade.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it. Nothing excessive, mind you. I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you... Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck... With that bastard McRed dead, there...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Some townships have asked Halcyon News to make a statement regarding rumors of food shortages. Rest assured, the far-sighted corporate leaders of Halcyon have tailored their product lines to be selective to the refinement.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? She sent me a recording of a distress signal. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the... If you should find a secret worth selling, might be the more we got the corpse fight... Don't forget to come find old Glad. I've got a lovely little throw pillow.
Hands off the lady, all right?
Is it just me? Have a look.
is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful products and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment. Discount health benefits, military burial, participation medal, training, or weapons. Story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit for broadcast.
Looking for some space? Don't take my word. Have a